Welcome to Southwest Desert, where adventure meets the arid beauty of the American Southwest. Join us as we explore the rugged landscapes, uncover hidden historical gems, and dive deep into the rich legends and culture of this iconic region. Subscribe now and hit the bell icon so you don't miss out on our latest desert adventures. Please leave a like or comment. This is very helpful. Let's journey together into the heart of the Southwest Desert. At over 10,000 feet above sea level, where the air is so thin visitors find themselves gasping for breath, sits a town that refused to disappear. In 1937, as flames devoured its business district and temperatures dipped below freezing, the residents of Alma, Colorado formed a desperate bucket brigade. With the nearest fire department miles away and their water source frozen solid, they faced a seemingly impossible battle. Yet somehow, this town survived. Not just this disaster, but 150 years of boom, bust, and brutal alpine conditions. Welcome to Southwest Desert. Today's episode explores America's highest incorporated town and the extraordinary events that shaped it. From indigenous pathways to gold rush boomtown, from catastrophic fire to modern-day resilience, this is the story of Alma, Colorado. The high-altitude meadow that would eventually become Alma was originally known as Bayou Salado, or South Park. Long before gold seekers arrived, Ute people established seasonal encampments on the Sacramento Flats, navigating the harsh alpine environment with generations of knowledge. The first European explorers to document this region included Zebulon Pike, Jim Bridger, and Jim Beckworth. But it was a 31-year-old explorer named John C. Fremont who left the most detailed early account. In June 1844, Fremont's expedition camped near the future site of Fairplay while mapping territory from the South Platte River to the Pacific Ocean. His journals hinted at the area's potential, though he couldn't have imagined how quickly transformation would come. By 1861, the Colorado Territory had been established, and the first territorial legislature created Park County. The wheels of development were turning rapidly, driven by rumors of gold in the streams and mountainsides of the Mosquito Range. The exact founding date of Alma remains debated among historians. Some records suggest 1872, while Hall's History of Colorado pinpoints the formal establishment in that same year. What's clearer is the story behind the town's name, which stands out among Colorado mining settlements typically named after claims, landmarks, or optimistic mining terms. Alma was named for a woman, possibly Alma James, wife of a local storekeeper, though some accounts suggest it commemorated several women with the same name. This human touch in the naming speaks to the community that quickly formed around the initial mining activities. The first permanent structures were built by J.B. Stansel and his partner Berg. Stansel was already experienced in frontier development, having previously helped establish the nearby settlement of Buckskin Joe. Meanwhile, a shrewd businessman named James relocated his general store from Fairplay, betting on Alma's potential. That potential materialized rapidly. By 1873, just a year after its founding, Alma boasted 500 residents. The high-altitude boomtown was taking shape, with miners' cabins, businesses, and ore processing facilities transforming the alpine landscape. What drew so many people to this remote, challenging location? The answer lies in the evolution of mining that unfolded around Alma, a microcosm of Western mining development. Early prospectors used simple placer mining techniques, pans, rockers, and sluice boxes, to separate gold from stream sediments. As these easily accessible deposits dwindled, miners turned to more aggressive methods. Hydraulic mining directed powerful jets of water at hillsides, washing away entire sections of land to reach gold deposits. The environmental impact was enormous and visible to this day in the massive boulder piles scattered across the landscape. The final evolution came with lode mining, tunneling into mountainsides to follow veins of precious metals. Alma's position provided ideal access to Mount Lincoln and Mount Bros, both exceeding 14,000 feet in elevation and rich with mineral wealth. While gold initially drew fortune seekers to Alma, significant silver discoveries in 1879 and 1880 sustained the boom. Copper and lead deposits further diversified the mining operations. The hills surrounding Alma became honeycombed with operations bearing colorful names: the Dolly Varden, Sweet Home, Fanny Barrett, Sacramento, Silver Gem, Moose, and Security Mines. Alma's geographic position proved as valuable as the minerals beneath its soil. Located just 5 miles from Fairplay, 20 miles from Breckenridge, and 17 miles from Leadville via Mosquito Pass, it became a natural hub for transportation and commerce. Mosquito Pass itself deserves special mention. At over 13,000 feet elevation, this route earned the grim nickname the Highway of Frozen Death. Travel between Alma and Leadville was treacherous in summer and nearly impossible in winter, yet the pass served as a vital artery connecting these mining communities. At its peak, Alma featured impressive infrastructure for such a remote settlement. George Crowfoot, a prominent chronicler of Western towns, documented ore sampling works, a newspaper called the Alma Eagle, and several hotels including the St. Nicholas and Southern Hotels. Regular stagecoach service connected Alma to neighboring communities, bringing mail, supplies, and news from the outside world. The town developed the essential services of any frontier community: schools, churches, and businesses catering to miners and their families. Life at this altitude presented extraordinary challenges. Winter temperatures routinely plunged well below zero. The thin air made physical labor more demanding. Water systems froze regularly. Yet the community not only survived but thrived until disaster struck on March 23, 1937. At approximately 4 a.m. that March morning, a fire ignited in the back room of Bud and Beck Recreation Company's beer parlor. An overheated stove, likely stirred to life by fierce winds, started the blaze. With 50-mile-per-hour winds sweeping across South Park, conditions couldn't have been worse for containing a fire. The flames spread with terrifying speed, first to the Williams Barber Shop, then to Clark's Restaurant. The red and white building followed, then the grocery store, and finally an automobile dealership, which would represent the greatest financial loss. What transformed this fire from disaster to catastrophe were Alma's limited firefighting resources. The town had no fire department of its own. Telephone lines went down early in the conflagration, delaying calls for help from Fairplay. Most critically, there was virtually no water available to fight the flames. Alma had no community water system, instead relying on individual wells, and Buckskin Creek was frozen solid in the March cold. Desperate residents formed a bucket brigade, but quickly realized they could only hope to prevent the fire's spread rather than extinguish the existing blaze. By dawn, much of Alma's business district lay in smoldering ruins. The financial damage totaled approximately $50,000, an enormous sum for a small mountain community during the Great Depression. Yet remarkably, Alma refused to disappear. Despite the devastation, despite the harsh environment, despite the decline of mining activity that had originally justified the town's existence, the community endured. Today, visitors can reach Alma via US 285 and State Highway 9 from Denver, or through scenic Hoosier Pass from Breckenridge. Those who make the journey find a living testament to frontier persistence. At 10,578 feet, Alma proudly claims its status as America's highest incorporated town. The surrounding mountains still bear visible marks of its mining history: tailings piles, abandoned structures, and those distinctive boulder fields from hydraulic mining operations. What distinguishes Alma from other mining districts in Colorado's rich mineral history is its emphasis on placer mining rather than hard rock mining. Many of its earliest prospectors were actually Cherry Creek miners who relocated from the Denver area, bringing their techniques and dreams with them. The archaeological and historical evidence of Alma's past remains abundant. Physical remnants of mining operations dot the landscape of Mount Lincoln and Mount Bros. Documentary sources from Fremont's expedition journals to Hall's History of Colorado help piece together the settlement story, though gaps and contested narratives remain. The story of Alma offers a remarkable window into the Western frontier experience. It exemplifies how indigenous lands were transformed by resource extraction, the boom and bust cycles of mining economies, the environmental changes wrought by industrial activity, and the human capacity for adaptation and survival in the face of natural disasters and harsh conditions. In many ways, Alma's history is Colorado's history in microcosm, the sweeping saga of the American West distilled into one small high-altitude settlement. From Ute encampments to multinational mining operations, from stagecoach routes to modern highways, the layers of history in this mountain town run as deep as the mines that once drove its economy. Join my Patreon community and discover my art print products on my website in the links provided in my description and link above. Also, if you would like a particular image from my videos, give the timestamp for image and I will upload it to my website and Patreon. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman Alan for another Southwest Gold story. Check out my large catalog of Southwest videos and playlists on historical tales, legends, lost gold stories, and adult bedtime stories. If you like a certain image from my videos, tell me in comments and give timestamp. Happy trails! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more great content. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.